week 13 of the fantasy football season. And here's a few wide receivers I look to drop this week. The first guy, Darnell Mooney of the Chicago Bears. So Darnell Mooney, it wasn't a great season for him. This Bear team was a run first, obviously, built around Justin Fields this year. And Darnell Mooney out for the season with an ankle injury. So he finishes up the 22 season with 40 catches, 493 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So hopefully he recovers, hopefully he gets better, and he's ready to go for next season. But this year here, like I said, not much. Justin Fields' offense was built around him more this season under Eberflus. And it was just a lot of running RPOs and not much for the wide receivers. So right now with Mooney out for the season, redraft leagues, obviously you drop him. Dynasty and keeper leagues, I would drop him as well. And hopefully next season he's back healthy. The next guy is Allen Robinson. He's been a train wreck this season with his new team here. He really hasn't done much. And another guy who was a bust going 5th, 6th round of most fantasy drafts this season. So the last few weeks here for A-Rob, week 9 in Tampa Bay, 3 catches, 24 yards. Week 10 versus Arizona, 4 catches, 44 yards. And week 11 in New Orleans, one of the better games he's had all season. 4 catches, 47 yards, and a touchdown in that one. But week 12, he sat out at the Kansas City Chiefs with a foot injury. And then the news has come out, he's going to be out for the season as well. So right here, it's all about the young guys over there in Los Angeles and pretty much going from rags to riches this season here was this Los Angeles Ram team winning the Super Bowl last season and now falling apart with Cooper Kupp hurt, Allen Robinson out for the season. Their running back situation not really resolved at all. Going through Cam Akers, cutting Darrell Henderson, and Matthew Stafford hurt as well. So right here, the rest of the season, this Ram team, they're just going to go with the young guys and pack it in for the year. So right here, it was definitely a bust season for Robinson. Hopefully he recovers from his foot surgery and comes back 100% next season, because I know they signed him to a multi-year deal in the offseason. And the third and final wide receiver I look to drop this week, Devin Duvernay of the Baltimore Ravens. I mentioned him last week was Duvernay, still on the 54% of fantasy leagues. But he's a guy over there, I know he's the number one on paper, but this Raven team is pretty much Lamar Jackson running and Mark Andrews in the passing game for the most part here. So the last few games here for Duvernay, he hasn't done anything. Week 9 in New Orleans, a catch, 5 yards. Week 11 versus the Panthers, a catch, 3 yards, 4 rush yards. And week 12 at Jacksonville, 2 carries, 16 yards, 3 catches, 23 yards. So right here, tough matchup versus Denver on paper. That gives up the second least amount of fantasy points to wide receivers on the season. And right now, with the production we've seen from him over the last few weeks, there's no way he's a guy to keep on your roster. So that's a few wide receivers I look to drop here for week 13 of the fantasy football season.